Do you know the name Jack the Ripper? They say he came from the fog, silent, unseen, unstoppable, a shadow that haunted the streets of London. He killed 5, maybe more, and then he disappeared, as if he'd never existed at all. But legends don't vanish. They linger, in whispers, in fear, in the blood-stained stones of Whitechapel. This is the story of the killer who vanished into history, the man the world came to know as Jack the Ripper. Before we step into the fog, hit subscribe and join us as we walk the dark alleys of history together. The year is 1888. London is a city of empire and empire's ghosts. The West glitters with wealth and light, but the East is a different world. Whitechapel. Here, the air reeks of smoke and gin. Families live 12 to a room. Every street is a maze of filth, poverty, and desperation. Women sell their bodies to survive another night. And in this darkness, something begins to stir. August 31st. A body is found on Bucks Row. Her name, Marian Nichols. Her throat cut twice. Her body mutilated in ways the police can't comprehend. At first, they think it's just another act of brutality. Whitechapel has seen plenty. But something about this feels different. Methodical, calculated, almost surgical. 1 week later, another body. Annie Chapman. The same wounds, the same precision. And now the whispers begin. Word spreads fast. The newspapers print every detail, every rumor. London is addicted to its own terror. Then, one morning, a letter arrives at the Central News Agency. Written in red ink. Dear boss, it begins. They say I'm a doctor now. I love my work, and I shall start again soon. Yours truly, Jack the Ripper. A name is born. A legend, carved into fear. The press runs wild. The people panic. And the killer laughs from the dark. By late September, London is a city under siege, not by armies, but by one man. Every night, the fog rolls in heavier. Every alley feels like a trap. Then, 2 women in one night. Elizabeth Stride and Catherine Eddowes. Both killed within the same hour. The second, mutilated with precision that chills even the surgeons who examine her. On a nearby wall, a strange message appears, scrawled in chalk. The Jews are the men that will not be blamed for nothing. No one knows who wrote it. The police erase it before sunrise, afraid of riots. But the fear, it stays. October 16th. A package arrives at the home of George Lusk, head of a local watch group. Inside, a small box, wrapped in brown paper. He opens it and recoils. Inside lies half of a human kidney, and with it, a note. From hell, it begins. Mr. Lusk, sir, I send you half the kidney I took from one woman. I fried and ate the other half. Catch me if you can. The handwriting is uneven. The words, gleeful, almost childlike. The horror, unspeakable. Even hardened detectives grow pale. London's fear reaches a fever pitch. The fog seems thicker, the nights longer, the footsteps louder. And through it all, the Ripper moves unseen, a ghost among the living. Scotland Yard searches every alley, every cellar, every shadow. Hundreds questioned, none found. The people lose faith in the police, in justice, in daylight itself. The Ripper kills once more, Mary Jane Kelly. The worst yet, the room drenched in blood. Even the investigators can barely stand to look. And then, silence. Weeks pass. Months. No more murders. Only echoes. Only the legend. London is drowning in fear. But the Ripper, he's not done. Not yet. Because legends don't die. They fade and wait. And this one was just getting started. When the killing stopped, London didn't breathe again. It just held its breath. The Ripper had vanished. No body, no capture, no face. 5 women dead. A city changed forever. But behind the silence, the obsession began. Because no one could accept that evil could simply walk away. Before we step back into the fog, hit subscribe and join us as we uncover the ghost who never died. Winter fell on Whitechapel like a shroud. The streets that once echoed with fear now whispered only rumors. The newspapers had made him a monster. Now, they made him immortal. Police stations overflowed with false confessions. Every beggar, every drunk, every shadow became Jack. But the truth was colder than the fog. He was gone. The case files piled high, unsolved. And for the first time, London realized the most terrifying killer in its history might never be caught. Detectives searched for patterns in chaos. Some said he was a butcher, others a surgeon, a foreigner, a nobleman, a ghost. The suspects grew into hundreds. Montague John Druid, a barrister who drowned himself in the Thames. Aaron Kosminski, a Polish barber with delusions and rage. Prince Albert Victor, the Queen's grandson, whispered about in secret halls. Every theory was the truth for someone, and every truth a lie for someone else. But the Ripper? He watched from history's fog, untouched. Hundreds of letters flooded police desks, most fake, some maybe not. Each claimed to be from Jack, each dripping with arrogance, cruelty, and dark humor. The city's fear became his weapon. Even after the murders stopped, he was still in control. Because when people fear your name, you don't have to exist anymore. Whitechapel never healed. Its people carried the scars in silence. The fear didn't end with the killings, it changed shape. Women walked in groups. Doors locked earlier. The poor, once invisible, were suddenly seen, but only through the lens of horror. The Ripper had done something no killer had ever achieved before. He made an empire look into its own darkness. Behind the gaslights and gentlemen's clubs, London saw its rot. Poverty, neglect, and the cruelty of indifference. Jack the Ripper didn't just kill women. He exposed a society that let them die. Decades passed, but the hunt never stopped. Every new clue sparked another fire. Writers, detectives, even psychics, all tried to find the face behind the knife. Some believed he fled to America. Others swore he died in an asylum, laughing in his cell. Modern science brought new hope. DNA testing on old evidence. New technology on century-old letters. But even that couldn't pierce the fog of time. Because maybe the truth was never meant to be found. Jack the Ripper became more than a man. He became a myth. A story retold in books, films, and nightmares. Tourists walk the same alleys now, tracing his footsteps in the dark. They call it the Ripper Trail. And every whisper of the wind feels like him. He is London's eternal ghost. Half truth, half shadow. A symbol of the fear that still hides beneath civilization's light. Some say he was never one man at all, but many. A sickness of the city itself, born from poverty, hatred, and the thrill of power. Because the Ripper was never caught. Maybe because he wasn't meant to be. Maybe because he was us. Our fascination with evil. Our hunger for darkness. Our refusal to look away. He killed 5, but his true victim was peace itself. They searched for a man and found a legend. And even now, in the fog of London, Jack the Ripper never died. He simply vanished into history. If you enjoyed this story, ensure you hit that subscribe button. Also do well to check out other interesting stories on our channel. Thank you.